must say though, have to say a big shout out to Mr. Beast for naming his chocolate bar after me. It's a different E. I must say though,
Yeah.
not as excited about him talking about my nuts.
Okay, that's fabulous. That's great. Yes. No.
I saw this and I'm like, Des is nuts. I'm like, okay, I
Des
guess
is
I better
nuts.
buy it.
Des is nuts. Well, we already knew Des is nuts. Quite frankly.
But now I am milk chocolate with peanut butter
Milk chocolate with
with
peanut butter.
with grass fed milk nuts. To be fair though, I just wanted to see if Mr. Beast chocolate was actually any good, but then it kind of
Oh,
screamed my name literally.
I tried it in the UK actually. Yeah, it's the Feastables, isn't it? That's what it's called. They're called Feastables.
Yeah.
Yeah. We tried some in the UK. It just it tastes like stereotyping. It tastes like American chocolate. It tastes really sweet to me, sort of thing. Not that I don't eat dark chocolate or anything. I'm a milk chocolate kind of person,
Yeah.
But I just don't get the point of having toppings and stuff on top. If I want a chocolate bar, I want a chocolate bar. I don't get the point
That's
of when
true.
it's like, oh, here's all this stuff on top of it. It's like, why? But I know it's not. I know it's not pitching at me as the audience. I already know that.
Yeah. Because a few friends of mine have started and said it's all right, so I'm like, oh, okay.
It's all right, but it tastes like American chocolate. That's the thing, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It tastes quite sweet to me. But then again, I grew up in England where we had to ration sugar at one point, and everyone got used to having no sugar in
Makes
their
sense.
chocolate bars. But yeah. But anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dorks Down on episode 5 of season 3. I want to say a big shout out to all.
Was it 5? I thought it was 4.
No, it's 5. Oh, I'm very let you know.
Oh, does that mean I have an episode too?
Yes, you've got an episode to do.
Oh shit!
We want to say a big shout out to everyone who has recently liked, followed, and subscribed. Remember, you can find us available on all good podcast forums. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. It allows us to obviously get our content out there as well as help support algorithms and blah 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 blah. We are available to watch on Spotify as well as YouTube at Dogs Down Under, and you can find us at Dogs Down Under on TikTok and Twitter for now. Anyway,
Oh,
bit of I tell you what, we have right for those of you who have been watching us for a while. Occasionally we have a skip week where sort of like we try to record every week, but occasionally we do end up having a back, what we call the backup, which is when we can do 2 episodes in a week, we will, because it allows us to occasionally. I can't record today. Can we just can we skip it? So we have a skip week, as we like to do. So
or as Jordan likes to say, pretty much Jordan just forgot to. He was sick.
I
got
was
wasted,
I was
couldn't-
not right. Literally last week I was not right. I got back from my trip to the South Island and I was just not well. And literally, I could have done it. I could have done it on the Sunday afternoon. I kind of felt better by then, but I was just like, you know what?
But he decided that he was more important than our listeners.
Yes, I did decide I was more important than our listeners. But I want to talk about this week. This week I've had a fun week this week because this week, ladies and gentlemen, was the week of love. The week of love, as we know.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I'm like, what do you mean love? What love was there? Okay, that makes sense.
We were at the week. It was the week of love, and now normally me being who have been married for so long, we've normally skipped Valentine's Day these days. It's a commercial holiday anyway. Everything's more expensive. Going out to eat's ridiculous. We've generally just I may do some flowers and a card and all that jazz, but this year I asked, because I was in the middle of audits and everything else. I said to the wife, "What we're doing?" She went, "Do not do anything." I said, "You're busy. I'm busy. Let's just we'll maybe have a nice evening watching something on the TV." And then I thought that's a bit crap, because it is a bit crap. No, it is. It is. No, come on. We need to do something to celebrate the CEO. So what I did is I actually proposed an idea to her, which was a bit random. I said, "Why don't we have a Lego building night?" Because she's got a couple of kits that she's currently in the process of getting around to building.
That's actually not bad, eh?
Yeah. So because I bought her at Christmas, if you remember, I bought her
Yeah, because that's what I'm
Lego
saying. Because
bouquet
you bought
set.
her
I
flowers.
bought her the Lego bouquet set, and she's not built it yet. And so it was like, well, let's why don't you do that? She went, "What are you going to build?" I said, "I'll go find myself a kit." I guarantee I can find myself a little kit. If not, I'll just open up
I'm
Edward's
going to
box.
buy myself Lego, and I'm using this as an excuse and being like, "Oh, honey, I
It
love you so
wasn't
much."
an excuse. It was legit. I just thought it was something nice to do as
Oh shit! Oh
a
man, my
date night.
allergies
Thank
far out.
you,
They're
thank
playing
you.
up.
Listen, just because I look the way I do and the talk the way I talk, I am a romantic, sir. Thank you.
Yes, I must say he is. Like I've seen him and his wife together in the flesh, and they are beautiful together. But
But
he just wanted. He did just want to play with Lego.
I did just want to play with Lego. But so we ended up having a very nice little date night. Ellie had prepared the space. She's not allowed to go because I brought the kit home the day before, and she was like, great. And then next thing I got in from the next day, and she was like, you're not allowed in the media room. I went, okay. Any particular reason why? She was like, I'm not finished setting up yet, and I'm like, setting up? Because of course I'm like, what are you talking about? She went, oh, I've got an envision. So she put snacks out, bottle of champagne in an ice bucket.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I was wined and dined, me.
I love how he's just finished telling us that he's the romantic, and then Al did all the work, and all he did was go buy himself a Lego.
Hey, right, okay. We're taking it in turns, all right? Next year, I'll have to push the boat. I want that. That's what's going to have to happen, Des.
Yes.
That's what's going to have to happen, all right? Okay, but it was a successful day. It was really lovely. And, yeah, and the model I bought, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure I can... I did send... Yeah, I sent you the video.
You did send me.
Yeah. I bought Venom Groot. So it's a model... It stands at about that tall, sort of thing. So it's quite big.
It's bigger than I expected it to be. Just like little. Like I thought it was just going to be maybe
it's big,
6 or 8 inches.
It's big, man. But we ended up building that, and sort of I of course, because I'm I don't want to say that I'm a veteran Lego builder, but I'm a veteran Lego builder. I smashed that out in less than an hour.
It's like I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot, baby. Toot.
But to be fair, it's because I looked at the bouquet kit and I thought, oh yeah, she'll be done well before me, so I'm gonna have to power through this, aren't I? That's what I'll do. Yeah, didn't need to. I didn't realize how many bits the flower kits come in. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, somebody said that it actually is quite a few bits. Like it's not just like.
But her flowers are looking stunning. She's got about 3/4 of them done now, sort of thing. So she does it as a little sort of, I'll build another one today, sort of thing. But yeah,
that's cool.
So that was my week in a nutshell, sort of thing. Very much enjoyed having a bit of a chill weekend, although I've got a very, very busy week coming up. So taking the opportunity to rest where I can. What about? Did you do anything special, Des? Apart from me apart from seeing photos that me and you we were tagging you in.
I didn't do much, but I'm actually looking forward to this weekend being over because I'm so sick of hearing about Taylor Swift.
Oh God!
So Taylor Swift has been here for the last 3 days. So her last concert is this evening. Mm-hmm. So we record this on a Sunday. So her last one is this evening. But for the last year, radios have been pushing it, giving away tickets. Radio has been like going bananas about it. For the last 2 days, we had, I think it was 3 of the 5 radio stations in my car that literally just had Taylor Swift 48 hours where they just played it for Thingo.
Oh, yeah.
When I finished work, there was a whole heap of 12 to 15-year-olds in sequins and cowboy boots. And then also, and that they kind of looked like they were going clubbing more than anything. Yeah. And then there was also their mothers that were dressed exactly the same as them, but that were probably like 20, 30 years senior. Yeah. What was worse is we had a thing at work where it was like, so I work for a retirement village, and what actually happens is they actually gave 20 residents Taylor Swift tickets.
Okay.
And those residents could then call their nieces or their granddaughters and get them tickets. Obviously, they filmed that it was a massive PR thing, but a few radio stations picked it up. It was actually quite impressive for it. Like the name got out there. They ended up having 2 corporate boxes where these oldies went to, and then my dumbass, my old housemate Megs, who I lived and worked with in London, she was coming down because her niece is coming down for the Taylor Swift concert. So I was like, okay, let's catch up, and we decided to meet in the city. It took me an hour and 35 minutes to get to my work car spot that would normally take me about 20 minutes. Even during peak hour traffic, it's like 40 minutes. there was sequence everywhere. Like, oh my God, and it was insane. And we went to Crown and everybody was out for dinner, and I'm like, I never want to hear or see Taylor Swift ever again. Like, oh my God.
Although, can I say one big thing? Can we congratulate Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce, on another Super Bowl win? Well done, Travis.
That was actually quite impressive.
This is the first time I've ever actually had the opportunity to sit down and watch it. Because normally it's, because obviously depending where it's being played at in the States, it depends. Obviously it's on our daytime for us normally, which is pretty good. Yes. But the fact that it was at midday and I was like, great, I can actually just have this playing while I'm working.
No, it's normally around about that time because it normally happens about... So in Australia, every year what happens is it starts at 10 a.m. Our time, and always at lunchtime. Exactly at 12 o'clock is when the halftime show starts.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of works love it, because what I'll do is I'll have the big screen and I'll do that. And what was annoying is I was like, I haven't got to watch much of it. I've had it sitting there on my phone where I get live updates of the play-by-play because I couldn't actually watch it because my boss doesn't like that stuff. So I had to, like, my stand, I had the thing coming through like, incomplete pass, whatever. So I was watching it, and then the halftime show starts and I was like, I'm going to go watch that. Walking to the kitchen, one of the big bosses was like, Derek, can I grab you and Ellen for a second? And as I walked out, they just went. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a great halftime show. We'll go to break now, and then we'll have them come back for the third quarter." I'm like, "Oh, that's the one thing."
The one.
And then we got to watch. I got to watch the last. I got to watch the overtime.
Oh yeah.
And oh man, I must say there was about 3 or 4 times where friggin' Patrick Mahomes could have won it. There was one point then where he went to Kelce on the sideline. True.
But you could tell what they were doing. They were running the clock down. That's what they were doing.
No, but they didn't need to. It's overtime. As long as they score a try. So what happens is, for a lot of people, you have 4 quarters. In overtime, what happens is each team gets 1 turn at scoring. So if you run it down the pitch and it's a turnover, and then the other person runs it down and scores a field goal, that's it. The game's over.
No. It was different for this. For this one. No, they were playing the full 15 minutes.
No, because each team gets 1 turn at scoring. Because originally overtime is that. So if overtime in the regular season is golden goal. So that's why normally what people do is they run it down and they kick a field goal and then they win the game. In the Super Bowl, it changed this year.
That's not the way I read the rules. But anyway, this is
now.
Not a sports show. We're not going to get into the nitty gritty of the wrong version of football.
He threw to Kelce when there was a guy open dead center, so it could have been finished earlier.
But yeah, anyway, it was certainly an interesting Super Bowl, and I actually enjoyed watching it, sort of thing. And I look forward to be able to catch him a bit more, because every other one that's played previously, I've either been away or just timing wise, I couldn't end up watching it. So it was actually quite good. I quite like the fact that I get to watch it for free. Although,
really?
Because TVNZ had it on live for free, which is great. Again, it's free app and everything else. So I was like, great, I watched it that way. But I discovered that apparently Nickelodeon were doing it as well.
What?
Some people in America, right? Because it was Super Bowl is on cable, and a lot of people don't have cable. However, a lot of Americans have Nickelodeon because of kids and blah, 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 blah. Nickelodeon were doing live coverage of the Super Bowl where they had SpongeBob and Patrick in commentary box. They had Dora the Explorer turn up and explain the rules for what this ruling means. If you watch the highlights, I was like, that's the Super Bowl I want to watch. It looks awesome.
It sounds bad though, but like things like that, like it seems stupid if you know the rules. But if you don't know the rules, that's kind of freaking brilliant.
Actually, I literally thought to myself, I was like, you know what? Could you imagine this being on for like a big rugby league match, and they got Bluey doing it, like down this end of the world, and they have Bluey.
I was going to say you could have Bluey doing the World Cup.
Oh god, it would be mental. It would be so good. Anyway, so that was
that's not a bad thing though, because if you want to get kids into these sports or get people watching this sport from a young age, get their favorite characters to teach them.
Absolutely.
And also, speaking of cartoons, the new X-Men '97 trailer drops. And I swear to God, we had that. We had the Wolverine and Deadpool thing.
Yep.
I've been barred up for a week.
Honestly, can we just say we've been spoilt this week. We've been spoiled massively this week.
Yes.
It has been so good. Let's speak about Danny Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
And the person that I like to call Huge Jackman.
Oh man, right, okay, that trailer was a thing of beauty. There is so many little tiny Easter eggs. I love the fact that all the Easter egg guys are immediately on it. So one thing now we got clarified a bit more is the TVA from Loki series are heavily involved. Awesome, love it. I would actually love it if they get Owen Wilson as Morbius somewhere in the movie. Cool. Just we don't need a huge thing going all the way. I just want a little thing, just something, just a little thing. Even if it's just you see him and Loki like walking away. You know what I think would be cute is as they walk past and they're talking to Deadpool, you just see obviously the back of Loki and Morbius. Past, yeah, I thought that as well.
And then just have Deadpool look back.
Going, hang on, isn't that Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah.
I literally thought to myself, but that was so good, and the trailer was really good.
I'm actually glad too, though. They brought back some of the people from the original. I love that they've brought in some of the X-Men from the thing. Mm-hmm. Like obviously we've got Pyro there, who I thought could have been a sick character, but was super underutilized.
Yeah, definitely
in the actual X-Men. Like he could have been a cool baddie. And then they kind of just made him out to this little kid. He got a little bit of ice on him.
That was the problem. Is that they ended up going down the teeny drama route with him. And in the comics, Pyro's actually quite powerful, so it was quite interesting. But
so I think that's cool.
I am super pumped up by what I saw. The fact that the Easter egg, all the Easter egg guys who've dissected it frame by frame.
The bunnies, as we're going to call them from now on.
Yes, they ended up. Sorry, these are all obviously unofficial leaks. Can we just say this? But they seem pretty accurate. So obviously, what happens is they're fighting at the void at the end of time where Aboleth is. Because you see the 20th Century Fox logo, half buried in the sand. There's so many cool things. It's just, and there's a potential we might get Doctor Doom introduced.
Oh,
because there was a comic which was for Battle World, which is where Doctor Doom gains the powers of the Beyonder and then does Battle World. But
haven't we heard rumors that Kang's going to be the Beyonder Kang?
Oh, we don't know. Well, because obviously, given what happened with Jonathan Majors,
there was rumors that they were going to recast to this other guy whose name I can't remember, and he was going to come in as Beyonder Kang.
Maybe it's I don't know. It's going to be that is very fluid at the moment. But can we just say the one line of the trailer that we can all know and love and agree on is when Deadpool says, "You mean I'm like the Marvel Jesus?"
That was brilliant. That was so clever, and
it is true. It is true. He's
got this kind of grandeur mentality that he would hear that and he'd be like, "So I've got to save the whole universe." Oh my god! I'm like Marvel genius, a Marvel thing, and I'm like, that is
because
dumb.
This is the thing. I kind of saw TikTok the other day. Someone had put a compilation together of all the writers of obviously because the Disney Marvel movies have been flopping badly, like really badly.
Yes,
they're not great. But all the interviews with all the writers. There's a common theme that's been happening lately ever since Infinity War ended, which is none of the writers have read a lot of the material, so they're actively ignoring this big pool of knowledge.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, I understand you're a writer, you want to put your own spin on it and everything else. Total respect. Get it. Totally understand. Yeah. However, when we're talking about comic books, especially it's like someone writing a Superman movie and then saying that he was born here.
Or he couldn't fly.
Or or you can't do X, Y, or Z, and it's just like, no, you can't do. It's like Batman. No. It's like rewriting Batman saying both his parents are alive. It's like, well, no, what's the point of him being Batman?
And he's poor.
Yeah,
he's just randomly able to just run around in a suit.
It wouldn't make sense. So the fact is that I've got a feeling that would be why. Because I actually watched the Marvels the other day because I just thought, you know what, I'm going to watch it. See what it's like. I haven't watched. I've got the Marvels. Honestly, don't watch it.
I've got Blue Beetle to watch. I have half a dozen other ones that I haven't watched. Like even the Loki series I haven't watched. I've still got Hawkeye to watch.
The Loki series was quite good, but the ending was really good actually. The last episode was really good.
Okay.
But the Yeah, I mean the Marvels was terrible. In fact, I don't even want to. Normally I would say, oh, let's do. I'd be on to Des saying, I've watched the Marvels. I want you to watch it. Let's do a podcast episode on it. Blah blah blah. X, Y, and Z. And that's what.
Didn't you do that with a film that was really bad to me?
I can't remember.
Oh no, it was the Barbie film. The Barbie film. One he was on holidays in the UK. He's like, bro, you've so got to watch this. It's so good. This, that, and the other. And I just didn't get around to it. I'm like, okay, cool.
And then I said, yeah, thank God you didn't, because it's absolute dog shit.
Anyway. And then he's like, I was just trying to roll you. I was like, thanks. That was lovely.
But right, and so obviously Deadpool and Wolverine looks amazing. Cannot wait. Looks fabulous.
I love the fact too, though, they didn't really show much of Wolverine. Like they showed him from the back.
Good. I don't want it.
And I love that they showed it from the back, and they've shown him saying, "Please help me up," and it looks like he's
going to use his
claws to dig into him and rip him up and stand him up that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of cool, but I'm just like, it's so bizarre, but I love it.
It is. So obviously that was a great trailer. Then literally a couple of days later, they released X-Men 97 trailer, which is essentially the series that is continuing on from the original 90s X-Men cartoon, which is amazing. In its own right. It was fabulous.
Shocked because the number of times they've done these kind of things, where they're like, oh, we're going to do it and follow it on from this, but then they reanimate the whole thing, or they make it, we're going to make it 3D, or we're going to get different voice actors, or we're going to do different things. This kind of reminds me of when they rebooted Futurama. That made me so happy, where it was just like, I'm just going to do it as it was. And to be fair, it's probably pretty cheap to do, being that it's 2D animation, being that it's all this stuff. So I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, because don't get me wrong, when they said they were bringing it, it was like, oh, they're just reanimating it, like putting a modern spin on it, which would have been fine. I'm pretty sure most of us who grew up, I mean, I used to wake up early morning to watch it on Fox Kids. God forbid, I feel really old thinking about that now.
See, I used to watch it on Cheese TV.
Cheese TV?
Which had these,
wow.
It was called Cheese TV. There were these two guys that were on it, and they were like giant kids. And the funniest thing is since being doing media, they're actually trying to get back into the gaming place, because they really love gaming as well now. So they have like a Twitch channel, they have all this stuff. And obviously, originally they went off on their own and they were trying to do it separately, but then they just like, screw it, let's keep the whole Cheese TV thing and run with that. And now they're starting to get some thingo. So I actually got to meet them, and I actually said to them, I'm like, bro, you have no idea. Like, you guys were my friggin' childhood when I was a kid, and it's so nice to not only meet you, but just know that you're just normal guys. And since then, we sometimes message on Twitter and different stuff like that. But yeah, that one, I remember I used to have to get up early, and I'm not a morning person by any means of the imagination. Like, I worked nightclubs 14 years. I hate mornings. But I used to get up morning, have to sneak in, have the volume up to like level 2 or 3 so that my mum and dad couldn't hear it and wake up, just so I could watch X-Men. And the number of times the last like 5 minutes would be ruined because they woke up and saw me, and we weren't meant to watch TV before bed. I'm like, that series has so much. I have so much love for that series.
Yeah. Oh no, I do as well. And obviously when I got Disney Plus, and then they ended up putting the back catalogue up, and I found X-Men, I was like, well, I know what I'm going to be doing on weekends, and literally I did, and I think I ended up rewatching all the episodes. And to be fair, there were a lot of Duff storylines. Looking back on it now as an adult, but I don't care about that because it was quite good. It was just the nostalgia factor was still good. So my favorite bit, and I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this. Okay, so obviously they're carrying on the story. Obviously Charles Xavier's died and blah blah blah. Completely fine, no problem. Get that. Love it that they're going to carry it on. My favorite bit of the entire goddamn trailer is where Gambit jumps onto Wolverine's back and lights his claws up with Gambit's explosive power.
Oh, yes.
And he runs it, and it's just like, right, whichever writer or animator, whichever guy said, you know what would be cool? And then they decided to do it. I want to shake that man's hand. That is genius level thing. I swear to God, it was like, oh my God, yes. Why would? Because he's indestructible, and so the fact is that all that explosive bolt's just going to go somewhere. And I thought,
Well, what's funny too, though, is like the two of the dudes in the 90s must have been just smoking a little bit and just went, you know, it'd be cool, bro. We can somehow get Gambit to put his energy through Wolverine, and they'd be like, man,
that would be so good.
See if anybody goes for it, and somebody's like, that is sick. Do it. You're like, bitch, what?
Honestly, I love it, and I think it looks visually great. I can't wait to watch that episode specifically because I want to see what happens. Because logically, adamantium's indestructible.
Yes.
So it can't blow up, because normally that's the reason why Gambit throws cards, because they explode. So the fact is the adamantium can't blow up. Wolverine's got a healing factor, so he can get in close to whatever the hell he's about to touch. And then boom. And I just want to see it. I was like, yeah! Oh, so literally that is one of my favourite little things in it. And
what's weird too, though, is Google it, and I can't remember, but from memory, I remember seeing this thing when it first came out, and they said, if you want to watch it in air order, i.e. the way the show aired, you had to go back and forth, because supposedly in, I think it's the second season or the third season, there's about 6 or 8 episodes that are kind of all over the shop.
They're all jumbled up, yeah.
So there was actually a website that I found that I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, I'm trying to find it. I saved it before, and that's what I've been doing on my computer. So it's not that I'm not looking at you.
No, that's fine.
It was more that I remember seeing it. And it was like, this is how you watch Disney here.
Yeah.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
I am captain now.
But yeah, and it actually showed you how the actual, how you actually watched it to watch it in aired order.
Yeah. Which was the problem when you were growing up as a kid, right? And you watch this show, and then suddenly it's like, oh, next week, watch this, and it's like, great. And then you come to the next week, and it's like, why the hell is this not the follow-on? And it used to confuse me, but then I realised that things chopped and changed all the time, and all this jazz. Now that you look back at it, but anyway, so X-Men '97. So I think Deadpool's out in, was it June?
I think it was June. I'll just check.
And like X-Men 97's out in March or something. It's coming out really soon. And I was like, oh my god, I've got a busy couple of months coming up.
June 26th in the US.
June 26th in the US. So we're probably end of the month, end of June.
No, to be fair though, a lot of these ones, because of obviously how those dirty pirates that I've never done.
Dirty pirates.
Ooh, my thing just finished downloading. No, but yeah, those dirty pirates. Often, a lot of the times when it's an American release, it comes out about the same time.
Yeah.
But I do like that it's kind of got, especially for Valentine's Day, where they released the trailer that literally just has coming together. It has a love heart that has the Deadpool mask, the other love heart that has the Wolverine mask, and it just says best friends. And they released that for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I love that it's called Deadpool and Wolverine, and because it just makes it sound like this fun kind of like buddy cop kind of thing when it's really not.
Yeah. According to this, for New Zealand, we're getting it May 2nd. The Audacity. May, June...
Wait, you're getting it earlier?
Hang on, that can't be right. When is Deadpool being released in New Zealand? The film will be hitting New Zealand cinemas on May 2nd, 2024. Ooh, do I get it beforehand? Sweet.
No way.
Yes, Collider has reported Deadpool and Wolverine hit theatres on July 26th. May, June, July. Yes!
That can't be right.
That can't be right. That can't.
Yeah, because we're getting it July 26th, according to this.
Oh, does that mean you're booking a holiday? If it is coming out in May, you're booking a holiday to come see me.
I literally will come down for the weekend.
You'll come down
as mentioned above, Deadpool 3 will now arrive in cinemas July, a slight delay from its original in May 23rd.
Yeah, all right,
so
here we go. Yeah.
It was originally May 3rd.
Yeah, so obviously it's not been updated for... It's not been updated yet. That's fine. That's okay.
I was going to be dark. I was going to be like, screw it. I might actually come to New Zealand just to see that.
Bring work. Can I get like a week's transfer down to New Zealand for like a specific week?
What's weird though is I think they probably would allow it, but the problem is I think we only have a Christchurch office. I don't know whether we have an Auckland office.
I've got a Christchurch site. I can meet you there.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure is if we are in, if there, I know there is a site in Auckland, but from memory, it's a tiny place and there's only like 8 or 9 people working in it. But one of the girls at work,
she went. It's fine.
Yeah, but one of the girls went home over Christmas and she left on like the 11th of December. But then she said, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to work from the New Zealand office for 2 weeks." And I'm like, "That's an option?" I was like, because Jordan works. So which means that even if I work during the day in the New Zealand office, if I did have an Auckland one, I could then just spend the night with you and also go and also have weekends. I'm like, I didn't know that was an option. My boss
get a rental car and you could drive up and down to Auckland. That's pretty enough. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so X-Men 97, cannot wait.
When does that come out? Has that got a release date yet?
Oh god, I did see it. Where was it? So it was X-Men 97. Release date is March 20th on Disney Plus.
That's a month.
Yes, I know. I can't wait. I actually cannot wait. It's gonna be so good.
Oh man, good. I might actually have to get Disney Plus.
But yeah. Oh yeah, then we can review it. Oh yeah, absolutely. But anyway, the other thing I do want to say that is very, we discussed the console wars on. Yes. So there's two bits.
Did we get much hate for that?
No, we didn't. I think we managed to skirt by. I think we threaded the needle on that one.
I guess because we kind of did trying to say that. I do feel like it is based on what controller you like. For me, Xbox, yes. And the exclusive games.
Right. Well, there's two things of news I want to discuss about the console wars, right? Okay, and one of them is to do with exclusive games. So, I don't know if you're aware of this. So, Xbox had a big announcement this week. Where
I didn't watch it. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
I haven't watched it. I've caught all the highlights of it, but basically, they're releasing some exclusive titles are going onto the Game Pass store for PlayStation. So they're spreading. So not all their titles. They're spreading out some love, but not all love. Okay.
Okay.
But they announced that as a little thing on. I think it was on their official Xbox podcast, and the internet went mad. The internet took that idea and ran with it.
Nothing else.
Like nothing else, because God forbid. And I'll be honest, I heard all the hype and I thought, do I just need to buy a PlayStation then? Logically, I mean that just makes sense. If I'm going to get Xbox games, it's fabulous, great. I got the best of both worlds, because that way I've got all the exclusive on PlayStation, I've got all the exclusives on Xbox. Fabulous. And originally that was the thing, but then 2 days later, there was an official announcement that was clarified. That actually went into detail and clarified it all. They said yes, we are going to. So basically, they are going to release some games on the PlayStation that were exclusives on the PlayStation Network. So it allows more people to enjoy the games. Basically, they're collecting a fee. They collect, ding, 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 ding. They're making more money out of it. Which is fine. But they also clarified saying we are not releasing all Xbox exclusive games on. In fact, we've got a new Game Pass coming out, and you are able to only get these titles only on Xbox. We are not moving everything. So the line has been thrown in. So all the theories and everything else that everyone lost their collective minds over have suddenly gone, oh, okay, well, hang on. so now I'm back to the debate of between a PlayStation and an Xbox, and I am. In fact, also I found out the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be delayed for a year.
So you can't do the Eddie trick.
So I can't do the Eddie trick now. So I'm gonna have to get creative on that front. But yeah, so it's very interesting. So that's really interesting, in my opinion, sort of thing on that. But I do want to give it out to PlayStation, especially to Arrowhead Game Studios, for their latest game that took PlayStation by storm, which is Helldivers 2. I am considering getting this game purely because it's basically, right.
You showed me this.
This is basically Starship Troopers, but not only just with bugs, there's actually a robot race, and they've got more races coming down the line, they've said. So,
yeah, because it's kind of a mixture. It almost looks like it could be part Apex Legends,
yeah.
part Starship Troopers, part friggin' what was it?
Monster
Battlefront.
Hunters,
Battlefront, and then you've also got some Monster Hunter just sprinkled in there.
Honestly, this game looks sick, and the fact is that the one thing I like about this game, because I've been looking at it, and I'm actually so convinced to buy a PlayStation 5 just so I can get this game.
No, it's all right. We're Colden. I was worried there. It does come out on Steam.
It is out on Steam. The only problem is I've seen the file size for Steam.
How big is it?
Oh, it's big. It's about 100 gigs.
100 gigs is not. Oh no, 100 gigs is actually big.
Yeah, 100 gigs is pretty big, sort of thing. Especially on I mean, to be fair, my gaming setup is needing to get updated and upgraded at some point. So that might be a consideration. Is maybe I just get some new.
It's only $60.
Yeah, that's the other thing. This game is only $60, which is amazing. The fact is that, one, it's cross-platform, so if you're playing on PC, you're also playing with PlayStation players, completely fine. Yeah. But it's the entire map and server is live, So the fact is, if more people are fighting, because there's at the moment there's two fronts, right? There's the center, Earth's in the middle, and there's all the worlds outside of it, and the bug side of it, everyone's loving that. Everyone's pushing all those guys back. The automaton side the robot side is not going well, from what I read. So they actually have a TikTok account called the Super Earth Coalition or whatever it's called, and they're actually trying to tell players, can you come help the automaton side, please? Because it's like you've got.
I'm having a look here, and it just says, I'm not satisfied with this game so far. Logged in, and it took me 2 hours of waiting just to get a chance to get in.
They've not got the server space. The servers are rammed. That's how big the game's exploded because of.
Yeah, I must say a lot of like, so there's a lot of really good things, but a lot of them is just like if you don't get the Steeled Veteran Battle Pass, you do not get anything in substitute for it, so you're losing a big part. Yeah, a lot of them seems to be like you need to really buy it's like a $95 one.
Right,
with the additional bonus.
No, this is the thing. So I've looked into this because, of course, I was looking into it, saying, "Oh, well, which version do I get?" Now, yes, there is a Super Citizen Pass version or whatever it is, but everything is cosmetic. There's no. It's not like, all right, if you buy this extra one, you're going to get access to these guns earlier or whatever.
Oh, because according to this, it says that the reason why they weren't getting in the server, they get priority onto servers.
Or maybe it's that. It might be something to do with server priority, possibly. But I'll say,
so does that mean if we play this, we should go the bugs just because we're guaranteed to get on?
Well, no. So, you log on to the server and then you choose where to go, sort of thing. So it's kind of, it's quite open. But the fact is that it's based on percentage as well. The best thing is you can highlight over, a world in the bug side. It will tell you how liberated it is. So it is 97% liberated and all this jazz, which is cool. And the percentage points tick up with everyone completing missions. So it goes up and up. But then you scroll, but you can also see how many players are fighting on that side. So it's like there might be 250,000 people logged on and fighting on that side. And then you look at the autonomous, the robot side, and it's, these worlds are falling. They've only got like 10% liberated. There's only 100k people here. Get your asses over there. It is.
So if we take out the bugs, but then the robots win, they'll then move across. Or...
Yeah. So they're spreading across the galaxy as like.
Oh.
You can actually see it. And as I say, this TikTok account pops up with like live things every other day saying that, while on the bug front we've had great success, we urgently request all Helldivers to as many Helldivers as possible to relocate to the I can't say the word.
Autonomous.
Yeah, the automaton front to fight those guys, sort of thing, because we've lost this world and this world. So that actually the map is live all the time, which looks really cool.
That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah. No, it looks sick. It looks really good. But it's just the propaganda. It just reminds me of Starship Troopers when it talks about like the trailer video. It's so funny. It cracks me up. But yeah. So anyway, so at the moment, the Great Console debate, I don't know where I'm going to go with that, because originally when the Xbox announced that, some exclusive titles are moving over, I thought, great, I'll get a PlayStation. But now I now realise I'm not going to get all exclusive titles, so it's like, okay.
So you're just going to buy both?
I mean, no.
Yeah. I mean, I deserve this.
I mean, the question is, which one do I do first? I can't go.
I've got
to be careful about this.
I'm getting paid better, and I'm working my butt off. So I need something to de-stress. But then I couldn't figure out which one to get, so I just got both because.
Well, that would be the question, though. But right, so where do you start? Where do you throw the line down? Do I get a PlayStation just to get Helldiver?
I think the easiest thing to do is to just not stress which one's first and just buy both at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna fly. You already know how buying one of these. Elle has already said that I'm fine to get one because it's not going to cause too much drama. Well, it will, because once a certain child in this house, who is not me, realizes that we have a console, he's going to start demands.
But you could also do what my friend did. Where what he had a so he had obviously his TV, he had his unit, and then what he had the PlayStation sitting here. Then behind the unit, he actually had his PlayStation, so you couldn't actually see it. So he just had cables going down into the PlayStation. So all he did was pick AV1 or AV2 and then was able to turn it on. So you could only see one unit, but he did have both.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, but that's not going to work because I'm getting a projector for my media room. I'm getting one of those short throw projectors so I can have a massive, because I can't be bothered buying another massive TV and a massive mount and all this jazz. Whereas if I get the big short throw projector, I can have as big a TV screen as I want.
That is true.
So, but the problem is with that is that it means I can't hide stuff, Des.
Yes, you can. Just mount it to the roof.
That's a good idea, actually. No, because I don't like the roof mounting ones. I don't like them. Anyway. So yeah,
you've got a projector. Just literally get a floating shelf behind the projector and just put it behind.
Could do. It's a good idea.
Because you've got a thing that rolls down, and the good thing is though.
Oh no! When we designed the room, we actually painted that as neutral, flat white as possible, so we don't have to have one of the roll down things. Because the problem with the roll down things is they require maintenance and all blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then they break, and then you can't get that size anymore, and then you got to get a big one, but then your thing doesn't, So that's the reason why we painted it as neutral as possible, so it'll look fantastic. But yeah. So Helldivers looks insane, and I really do want to.
I must say, when you showed me this, I was like, I'm so down because it does look 10 shades of amazing. And watching the trailer again while I'm listening. Is just like, I'm adding this to my wish list because this is next level racing. But it literally does. It does look like Stormship Troopers, like from the ads, from the whole iconography of it and the way they shoot it. It is just ridiculous. It
is really well done. It's so genius how they did it.
I'm doing my part, and then there's a guy behind him doing like flame throwing. I'm doing my part, and then he gets gunned with a whole heap of acid thing. And it is, and I kind of love it.
Yeah, no.
Is it 4 players? Can you play it by yourself, or do you have to?
So you can play by yourself, but what if you play by yourself? I think they squad you up, but you can have your voice, you can have your mic on, and all that. You can do what you want basically.
Yeah.
But you can play it as you can play it on your own if you want. But logically, if you're gonna play it with friends, it's gonna be hilarious, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Because the one thing about the game that I really like is the fact that it's all thingy-bob. I forgot the word. It's all friendly fire. Friendly fire.
You can actually shoot it. Oh,
so even everyone has said, look, we all understand, but this is going to break up friendships.
Because I've got a habit of running up into it, throwing a grenade, and running out. Like to the point where, Goddess, one of the girls who I play Farlight with and Strange Brigade with, like the number of times where I see her getting in trouble, so I just throw a grenade at her.
Yeah.
That lands at her feet and then blows up and then kills people around her but doesn't touch her, is amazing. Like to the point where it's become one of my go-tos, where she runs out, I snipe, and then if she's getting in too much trouble, I throw a grenade at her and it blows up around her and kills the people that are coming in close to try to attack her. So
the problem is whenever I've played games like this, I do enjoy being, for lack of a better term, the explosive specialist. I am the guy who really enjoys firing rocket launchers and grenade launchers.
Which is fine if we play, because I always like to be reconnaissance and be like, I always play snipers.
I enjoy being the sniper role if I can be, but it's very rare that I think the last game I played was Call of Duty. Is the last time I ended up being like, I enjoyed being in the sniper, but everybody hates snipers.
Yeah, they're like, you're just such a camper. I'm like, no, that's my role, bro. My role is to camp.
My role is reconnaissance. Like, I was the guy who used to call out targets, sort of thing. So you'd spot something, because you also, especially I think it was in Call of Duty, where you get points for calling it out, and then they would get killed, and you would gain points. So passively, I'm like, call. It's just, I'm not going to shoot down. I'm going to shoot down a tank. Let's call it out.
Yeah. Because I do that with the Goddess when she's playing. Like I always hang back a fair bit and she runs forward, and then I always have the sniper rifle, to the point where while we're playing, she's like, "Babe, I've got this," or "I've got this one," because she knows the rifles I like. But I'm like, "Look at your left," and she'll see them, and then she'll go up there, and what they'll do is she'll take some of their fire, so they come around the building, and then I'm just like, "Pop, goodbye." And we to the point where when you play Farlight, which is a game that I kind of love, which they've just kind of ruined because they've got rid of a whole heap of things that makes it unique. To now they've just kind of turned into a Fortnite clone.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are times where we are the outstanding person, like day in, day out. Like it is ridiculous on how much we get. At one point, then I think 16th for my character in Australia. She's about fourth or third or fourth.
Yeah.
Like we became pretty good at it, and now they've ruined it. We're just like we don't care anymore. But yeah, I love sniping's my bag, baby.
But yeah. But no, so I am very so yeah. So this is definitely I am tempted to get a PlayStation now, and then sort of go from there and on it. And to be fair, I was looking at prices the other day, and I was like, well, hang on, if I want, I'm gonna need a PlayStation. I'm gonna need 2 controls because you're gonna need a minimum of 2 controls in this house. Because I'm not dealing with arguments. So I need 2 controllers and all that jazz. And with the game, I can probably get it for about, with everything all thrown in, I'm just over $1,000. So I think I'm sure if I did. If I did a bit of online shopping, I'm sure I could get it a little bit cheaper somewhere.
Yeah, because according to this, it says $799.95 without trade, and then it says bonus offer when you bought this, you can purchase these games. That's crap.
Yeah.
But that being said, you've got things like Shopback and stuff like that that gives you 4% back when you buy gift vouchers. And I saw this and I'm like, bro, who actually does that? And then I added a friend to Shopback where I sent him my unique code and I ended up getting $20 for it. And I was like, yay.
Yeah.
But what he does is when things like this happens and he wants to buy something, he'll go on there and buy gift vouchers for himself, get the 4% back, and then buy it.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? But he goes, it's weird though, because you don't really notice it as much. But then when you start to get, it starts to tick off. And when you're buying $100, you're getting $4 back, which doesn't seem like much. But then all of a sudden you buy a $700 item, you trade in a few things that he doesn't need, then you able to buy it. He's like, yeah, I end up saving about $100. I'm like,
yeah,
that is so dodgy. I love it.
No, it is dodgy, but yeah, if I say you got to take whatever wins you can get, realistically, don't you? These days,
I really want to buy this Helldivers now.
Honestly, I am literally on the cusp of doing it. I'm going to save up a little bit because I've got my saving up fund. So I'm about to say when I get that to a decent amount, I might and then knowing I can take a hit by buying everything I need to buy in one shot. Because if I'm going to do it, if I know I'm not going to do it, if I have to buy the console with the game and then, I'm going to need the stand, or I'm going to need another control, I'm not going to do it. So I think so. I'd rather just save up one big hit. It's done. We're not going to complain. It's going to be. But to be fair, I'm not going to buy it until I get my projector first. Because I need the projector. Sort of thing.
I don't understand that though. I'm like, can't you play it on your TV or no? Because
no, don't get me wrong. I've got a TV. I've got a TV, and it's fine.
Too easy for the boy to turn on the TV and play.
Yeah, but no. If I'm going to buy this, I'm going to set up every parental. There'll be a parental lock app thing for the PlayStation you download, and like the Switch, and I'll set it only. You got to enter a password first, or blah 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 blah. I mean, the Switch one is set up like so I can allocate time. Sort of thing.
Okay.
So that way, he knows how much time he's got in the day, so he can go on. He can use it whenever he wants. But then he's like, "Dad, can I get it?" No. Have you used all your allotment? Yeah. But my friends are coming around. Not my problem. It's like
you're fucking like bang, man. It's like, nah, bitch.
I am the cruel.
Your dumbass used all your time. Your friends are coming over. Oh my God, you're gonna be a no PlayStation ass bitch.
Yeah, but no, it's one of those sort of if he does it, he's got to think about time management. He knows his friends are coming around, but he's like, oh, I'm gonna go play this week. He uses up all his time, and then he's like, I want more time, and I want more money. What's your point?
Yep.
It was amazing. I would give you more time if certain chores were done on time without me having to remind you. That could happen.
And then all of a sudden he's vacuuming while lawn mowing while doing all this. You're like,
yeah, but I shouldn't have to chase it up. I shouldn't have to chase it up anyway. So I'm very much a cruel authoritarian. How especially because he knows it's my Switch because I've actually named it Dad Jay's Switch. It's named as my Switch because I run everything sort of thing.
That's really funny.
But Elle knows what to do. If Elle wants to play, sort of thing, she goes, "Babes, yeah, I'll unlock it for you." I was like, I just beep, and I press a button in the app, and it unlocks it, sort of thing. So she knows what to do.
So you can, like if you're not home, and Elle rings you and says, "Listen, he's been doing some chores. He's done really well. Do you mind unlocking it for him?"
Or give him an extra hour.
While you're in the yeah. You can unlock it while you're in the South Island.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that is sick. That's actually really cool design.
But also, what's really funny about the app is it snitches. If someone tries to enter the wrong passcode to unlock it, it notifies me immediately that someone has entered the wrong passcode into your Switch. I'm like, And then literally I'll wait, and then 5 minutes later I'll get a message through. It's like, can you? It's like Eddie will message off Elsephone saying, "Hi, Dad. Mum says I'm allowed like an extra 30 minutes. Can I have an extra 30 minutes, please?" I'm like, I would do if you didn't try and subvert my password.
They used to have that on some of the Android phones, where if you put in the wrong number, it would take a photo and would obviously unlock. But the funny thing is, though, is you tend to find this, like, when you're sort of half asleep or you're being quick, you kind of just put it in, and sometimes you get the wrong one. They'd end up being like 95 photos of me doing this, and you're just like, what the hell, man? Like you think it's bad photos when the camera accidentally turns around. Wait till you trying to log it in when you're half asleep and you're kind of like in this really awkward position, and you've got like 3 chins happening, and you're like, click, wrong one. And then the first thing you see is your ugly mug looking this. You're like, I'm done with today. I never want to be here today. That is such a cool idea, though, and that's such a great way of doing it.
I do like it snitches. It is funny. But it is. It can be useful, sort of thing, especially for calling out. It's like, well, have you done this? No, I didn't do it. Oh, really? Really?
So you accidentally, randomly just decided that, oh no, bro, somebody accidentally did this. Can I get extra 30 minutes? But that's the thing is, doesn't he realise, though, that even if Mum says you can get extra 30 minutes, he still needs to log in, or still needs to log in to...
Oh, yeah. Which when he negotiates with... Normally it's Elle messages me, but occasionally she's like, just message your dad. So give me phone, message your dad while I'm doing this, sort of thing. It's like, all right. It's like... But he always writes it, and you can tell it's him because he messages so differently than the way Elle does.
Yeah, I know.
And he always signs up saying, Edward. It's like, oh no, she chill. It's like I can tell because I'm sure my wife doesn't go, can I have an extra 30 minutes, please?
Why not?
Oh no, because if Elle wants to play it and I'm not available, she's like, can you turn it off? Can you turn off the lock, please?
So you can actually do that. So while he's playing, you can just be like, bang.
Oh, while he's playing, I can lock it. Yeah, and I can kick him. I can essentially boot him off if I wanted.
And but if he's playing his a lot, like say he's playing Minecraft, he's in the middle of a thing, and his time runs off, it just stops.
You can set it that way, yeah. So you can set it so it gives you a minute to save and whatever, and then it'll boot you out. But I thought that was a bit too harsh, so I turned that feature off. So what it does is instead it goes off ringing a bloody alarm at you, which progressively gets louder the more you ignore it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so you end up realizing it's quite a clever little laugh. It's quite good sort of thing.
That's kind of cool though. I kind of like that. Like,
but I've set all my timings individually for each day. But you can set it to just you can have an hour a day. But I've set it to individual days. So during the week he only gets, I think it's like 45 minutes during the week, and then on the weekend he has about an hour and a bit sort of thing. Yeah. So because it's the weekend, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, because he used to, when he was really younger, he used to sneak through, like, not that we ever did this, Des, but he used to sneak through and play on it before we all got up in the morning.
Yeah, naturally.
And
I legitimately was just talking.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Ooh. What have you done?
I don't know. The whole screen just went black. I'm like, okay, I'm back.
Yep.
Didn't stop recording. It just decided to go. Your screen is going to go black.
Well, obviously, it's actually getting to that time of day. It's getting to that time of the podcast anyway. We're going to wrap things up. So, I want to say a big thank you to all our recent.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to end the podcast.
No. I've just realized. I've just looked down and realized how long we've been recording for anyway. So it's actually a perfect timing anyway. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say a big thank you to everyone who's recently liked and subscribed to us. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Dorks Down Under is available on all good podcast platforms, as well as you can see our beautiful faces via Spotify and our YouTube channel. And we are available to follow on social media at TikTok and Twitter at Dorks Down Under as well. So thank you very much for that. And I'm sure we'll be back next week with hopefully us not spending lots of money, me not spending lots of money by going out to buy a PlayStation and to protect it at the same time.
I just think you should do it, man. I think it'd be rude not to.
I'm going to tell Elle. She's going to tell you off.
I'm just going to say, bro, treat yourself. You got a new job, man. You work hard.
Treat myself. I do. I did treat myself. I bought myself a Groot this week. I bought myself a Venom Groot this week. That's the treat.
Oh yeah, but that was to try to support the love of your life while you were playing, while you were doing, So to be fair,
was it now?
That was you showing love, man.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, peace out. Enjoy yourselves, relax, and let us know if you are playing Helldivers. Let us know if it's worth me getting it on. Is it worth me getting it on a PlayStation 5, or should I just be upgrading my memory on my gaming setup, my gaming PC, so we can get this thing looking crisp? Peace out, guys.
Or both.